Have you ever been in the middle of a big project only to be stopped in your tracks by an error message? It can be incredibly frustrating, especially when you're working with a large database. Today, we're diving into a common MongoDB issue. The getMore command failed, cursor not found error. I completely understand how annoying it is when you're trying to update a massive collection of documents, and suddenly you hit a wall. You're not alone in this. Many developers face this issue when working with MongoDB. Let's look at the specific situation. One user recently asked how to create a new field called SID for each document in a collection of about 500,000 documents. They were using a script to generate unique SID values based on existing fields. But after processing around 100,000 records, they encountered an error. Sound familiar? Let's figure this out together. So what causes the cursor not found error? This typically happens when a cursor is not valid anymore, often due to timeouts or if the cursor has been closed on the server side. Understanding this will help us find a solution. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a pro tip that can help you avoid this error in the future. To address the cursor not found error, the user should first consider using a batch update approach. This will help manage the number of documents processed at once and reduce the load on the cursor. Next, the user can modify the existing code to include a limit on the number of documents processed in each iteration. This can be done by using the limit method on the cursor. Additionally, the user should implement a pause between each batch update. This will give MongoDB time to process the updates and help prevent the cursor from timing out. Finally, the user should consider using the for each method instead of a while loop. This method automatically handles the cursor and can help avoid the cursor not found error. Fun fact, did you know that MongoDB was originally developed to handle large amounts of data in a flexible way? It's designed for scalability, but even the best systems can run into hiccups. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution from another user points out that the error is due to a bug in MongoDB's session management. They mention that a fix is in progress and should be available in version 4.0 and above. To mitigate the issue, they suggest using a smaller batch size when querying the collection. That wraps up that answer. Let's move on to another one. One user encountered a similar issue, which they traced back to a bug in the MongoDB driver version 3.0x. They found that this version, used in Meteor 1.7.x, caused the cursor not found error. The solution was to update the npm package to version 3.1.x, which resolved the problem for them. Now, let's see a response from a different user. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests using the Java v3 driver with specific options. They recommend setting no cursor timeout to true in the find options to prevent the cursor from timing out during long operations. Let's check out another perspective from a different user. An alternative solution comes from another user who faced a similar issue. They discovered that it was a load balancing problem while using Node.js with Mongos on Kubernetes. By changing the Kubernetes service to use session affinity with client IP, they resolved the cursor not found error. That's it for that answer. Let's take a look at another one. An alternative solution suggests that setting no cursor timeout won't prevent the cursor from being closed after 30 minutes. Even with this setting, if processing takes too long, the session may expire, leading to a cursor not found error. To avoid this, it's important to create a new session and refresh it periodically during processing. The user provides code examples in both JavaScript and Python to demonstrate how to implement session refreshing. This ensures that the cursor remains active and avoids the cursor not found error. Here's the pro tip I promised. Regularly monitor your cursor usage and adjust your queries accordingly. This proactive approach can save you from frustrating errors down the line. And there you have it. With these adjustments, you should be able to avoid the cursor not found error and keep your MongoDB operations running smoothly. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks.